Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, December 29th, and today we'll cover the trades for the Defiance High Income ETFs QQQY, JEPY, and IWMY. It's becoming a mouthful lately. So yesterday was ex-dividend date, so you'll notice the price of QQQY did drop, and it dropped by 3.06%. The index, if we look at the index actually also dropped by 0.05%. However, the index strike for QQQY on the NASDAQ was $16,910, and the break even was $16,876. And luckily, we went right above that. We went right above the break even. We're at 16,898. We did not go above the strike, which is okay, but we went above the break even. So that means we are in a profit, right? So if you look at the close price, we only paid $11.53 per share to close that position, cash settled. And the open price, we got $33 per share. So these two are a win. If you scroll to the right, you'll see the profit loss. It's in a profit. Again, my spreadsheet, it shows negative when it's profit, just because how I set it up. I know some people hate that, so it is what it is at this point. We have 1.1 million in running total profit going into yesterday, but then we added two new contracts, as we always do, 80 contracts and 83 contracts. They expire today, December 29th. These have a 16,950 strike, and that's 0.3% in the money, which if you look at historical, well, I'm sorry, we don't have much history here, but historically, 0.3% would be considered aggressive for these. Because look at the yield. We're getting 4 cents. For both contracts, it's 0.22% yield. Powerful. And as you can see, the intrinsic income is massive versus the extrinsic, because we're more in the money than we usually are. And this will make us about 1.2 million, when all said and done, assuming it's 100% profit. And that pushes us at 2.3 million for the month so far. Again, the month just started. We have 15.2 million outstanding shares. So with an income of 2.3 million, that's 15 cents a share already, which would be an annual yield of 10.6%. Again, the QQQY price did drop the payment for the distribution. So as I mentioned in previous videos, this is typically the time to buy if you're going to buy these. Of course, myself, kind of hypocritical. I have no buying power, so I can't buy any, which is probably better off. Average daily premium, 5 cents a share, and they're yielding 0.29% a day, which is above their goal of 0.25%. 4 wins, no losses, so they're undefeated this month. Extrinsic income so far is less than all income, so if we consider that, it's 8 cents a share. Payment tab, nothing really. Again, this is all income. We're looking at 16 cents a share, or 90% distribution of 14 cents. But again, nothing too early to talk about that. JEPY, obviously also ex-dividend date. So their price decreased by 2.38%. Their index went up actually 0.04%. Wow, good job. So if we look, sorry, I just want to get the correct ones in the picture only. If we look at the strike, column I was at 4,780. The index closed just above that, 4,783.35. So since it closed above the strike price, then it's 100% profit. However, there are missed out gains on the table, right? There's 0.07% we could have capitalized on had they chose a strike price a little higher, but we can't fault them for that. They were pretty damn close. Close price, as mentioned, 0 because it's 100% profit. What was the profit? The profit was a little over, 100,000, 115,000 or so, which put us at 353,000 running total. Again, this is for JEPY. Then they opened 2 new positions, 2 contracts, 171 and 46, both with the same strike, 4,795, which is 0.24% in the money. So just like QQQY, they're going a little aggressive here. They're going for the money. And yeah, so intrinsic is obviously much higher than extrinsic, but overall they're looking at $340,000 additional income, which adds to the running total now. We're looking at $694,000. So outstanding shares, 5.7 million, total income, 694,000. That's 12 cents per share, which is an annualized yield of 8.1%. Or on a daily, 4 cents a day, or 0.22%. They are also undefeated with 4 wins and no losses. And extrinsic, which is less, would calculate to 6 cents a day. For JEPY, obviously, again, the payments tab, irrelevant at this point. But if they paid out 90%, it'd be 11 cents. 90% of all income, of course. They paid out all income last month. For... well, QQQY at least. JEPY, the all income was the extrinsic income, so it's hard to say. So we don't really know what they're really going to do. We'll see going into next year. Based on more historical data, what their process is. All right, IWMY, everyone's favorite. So their price, IWMY on 12/28, obviously closed down 5%. Why? Ex-dividend date. What the index closed down? Down 3.8%. But they had no contracts expiring yesterday because there's no contracts available. But they did add 7 more contracts with a 2,070 strike price, which at the time was 0.5% in the money. So all of that being said, it will add to... This looks a little funky. Yeah, it's picking up the formula, though. We're looking at $1.1 million income. So, all things considered, 3.3 million shares, $1.1 million income. We're looking at 33 cents a share. And we're, how many days? We're barely in the, again, we're still in 23, though. So, I don't know how that's going to work for the payout for the year, but we'll see. I didn't even think about that. Annualized yield comes to 20%. Average daily premium, 11 cents a day, which is ridiculous. 0.56% daily yield. Undefeated as well. Even the extrinsic income is 15 cents. Wow, amazing. Cash and treasuries, I guess, have been blown past out on the other ones, but their IWMY went up 5.5 million. Is that right? Even on X date? Yeah. Guess so. Must be more outstanding shares. I don't know. I'll have to double check that tomorrow. 100% distribution, again, 34 cents, but 90% would be a 30-cent payout, which, again, irrelevant. Too early. But yeah, it brings up another point. Today's the last trading day of the year. Any income they make for anything after the last distribution, what are they doing with it? Does their, their fiscal year for their earnings and everything calculate on an off cycle, or is it a 1/1, 12/31? I do not know. Again, we'll find out. So maybe they'll send us a special distribution for a few days. Maybe not. Again, we'll see what happens. But that's all I got on Defiance. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, not financial advice. Please do your own research. Unfortunately, I work today, so full day. Yay. But if you enjoyed this content, please click like. If you have any questions, leave in the comments. What do you guys think about the, them earning some additional income through the end of the year? And obviously the next payout is February 6th. Is that too late to count 2023 income into, or what? I don't know. It's very, I guess it can get very confusing. I guess the same goes with yield max, right? But yield max, I'm just going to start doing 1 month cutoffs, 1/1 to 131, per month. This one, it's hard to do that because their deck date ends before the month ends. So again, this is the part that confuses me because I don't have the full information. I emailed them. Of course, they don't answer that question, but they haven't been answering me at all lately. But I don't know. That's all I got. Got to go to work. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Later.